Hi everyone, welcome again to the Telangana Government Quota Counseling NEET PG Info Guide for 2023. We'll be looking at the Telangana Government Quota Counseling rules from a 2022 perspective in this session. After this session, there is another session scheduled for Telangana Management Quota as well. In case you're interested in that, you can join that session. That is a separate session that you'll have to join. There will be another live link for the next session. As far as Telangana Government Quota goes, the notification is not yet out for 2023. You would know that the notification is usually out only after the after the intimation on the all India and state counseling schedules are out by NMC usually, and there is some information on the counseling start of the counseling. Till that point in time, Telangana may not notify anything. So we are going with the 2022 rules and regulations as far as the eligibility for the counseling, application requirements, the certificates, round-wise rules, and the choice filling and allotment rules are concerned. We'll also be looking at the joining, upgradation, and exit rules, which are very critical because Telangana has some strong rules as far as exit and joining are concerned since the last year. Telangana has two counselings. One is the government quota counselling and another is the management quota counselling. Government quota counselling is separate with a separate application form, with a separate choice filling and a separate allotment. Management quota counseling is a separate process with a separate prospectus, application form, choice filling and allotment. So if you're planning to apply for both government quota seats and management quota seats, you will have to apply for each of these counselings separately by paying the registration fee, filling in the form separately. We will be looking at government quota counseling in this session. What seats are part of the government quota counseling? One, the 50% state quota seats from government institutes are part of the government quota counseling. Basically 50% of state government institute seats are surrendered to all India quota. The rest 50% would be from Telangana state or under the government quota counseling. Other than that, you have the 50% seats of NIMS Hyderabad, Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences. We're mentioning this specifically because it is an autonomous institute which is slightly different in terms of governance, etc. But as far as you are concerned, you can consider it to be a government institution, and except that the stipend and stipend is a little different and the nature of the institution is a little different. 50% of seats in private medical colleges which are usually termed as Cat A. Cat A, Cat B or Cat C are references with respect to Telangana or Andhra Pradesh. Here Cat A seats refers to 50% of private institute seats which are surrendered to Telangana government quota. So those seats come under the government quota counseling. What is the difference between Cat A, Cat B? The eligibility is different, and second, the fee structure is also different. Who is eligible for the seats is different, and the fee structure is also different. We'll look at that over here. So as far as this government quota counseling goes, Cat A seats are available under government quota counseling. For those who do not have a Cat A, Cat B reference, don't need to worry about it. 50% of government private institute seats are available under the government quota, and we'll tell you the eligibility for that. That is all you need to be aware of. The NEET PG percentile based qualification, as we know, the NEET PG percentile based qualification is 50 percentile plus for general candidates and EWS candidates. If a candidate belongs to URPWD, a person with disabilities, or an EWS candidate belongs to PWD category, the percentile requirement is 45 percentile. If you belong to SC ST category, 40 percentile is the requirement. And for backward class candidates, BCA, BCB, BCC, BCD and BCE candidates, a 40 to 50 percentile or a 50 percentile and above is fine. So anybody who belongs to BCA or till BCE are eligible if they are above 40 percentile in NEET PG. Note that you might be a candidate who is not an OBC NCL candidate as per central norms, but you still might fall under BCA to BCE with a 40 percentile plus 40 percentile to 50 percentile qualification eligibility criteria, and you will be eligible for Telangana government quota seats. Similarly, let us say you did not apply to All India counseling under the general category, under the OBC category. You forgot to apply, you missed it, and you are under the general category. Does not matter. All India you may not be able to register as OBC, but in state counseling during the registration you can apply as BCA, BCB, BCC or BCD, BCE, and you will be eligible for these categories as long as you have a relevant certificate mentioning these categories. Then the further eligibility of Telangana government quota seats is split into two. We'll explain this in detail you will have to look at information from that perspective of a candidate and a seat. This chart clearly explains who is a local candidate, who is a non-local candidate. First, we'll be looking at candidates in this, and next, when we move on, we'll be looking at seats and then map both. First thing is to look at candidates. Candidates are termed as either local or non-local in Telangana. Who is a local candidate? This set of candidates who belong to 1, 2, 3, 4 are local candidates. The eligibility is mentioned over here. They are local candidates. Who are those candidates? One, MBBS from Telangana. Any candidate who has done their MBBS from Telangana, any institute in Telangana, you are a local candidate. You are an OU local candidate. In addition to local, we are adding the OU region to it. So you as a candidate are an OU local candidate if you have done your MBBS from Telangana. Second, if you have done your MBBS from AU region in Andhra Pradesh, you are an AU local candidate, but you come under local, but you are an AU local candidate. If you have done your MBBS from SVU region in Andhra, you are an SVU local candidate. So basically, as far as these three regions go, if you have done your MBBS from those regions, you belong to that particular region's local candidate. So OU local, AU local, SVU local is clear. Now you would know whether you are an OU local, SVU local or an AU local candidate. There is one query always, which is I am a domicile of a different state. The first query is I am a domicile of a different state. I have done my MBBS from these institutes. Am I an OU local or an SVU local? So as long as you have done MBBS from Telangana, you are an OU local. Does not matter which domicile you belong to, whether you are from AP, Telangana or any state, you are OU local. Similarly, the MBBS is what matters and the domicile does not matter for local categorization. So we have covered these three region MBBS institutes. Next we have Siddhartha Medical College, which is a statewide institute. So in this scenario alone, irrespective of domicile, if you have done MBBS from Siddhartha Medical College, only based on your study period prior to admission, the number of years you studied, there is a 7-year, 10-year, 4-year, 7-year rule. So if you have studied in any one of these regions, the districts belonging to AU region, OU region, SVU region, based on that you will be considered as OU local, SVU local or AU local. So if you are from Telangana or Andhra Pradesh and have done MBBS from Siddhartha Medical College, you are resided in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh and studied 7 years prior to your MBBS or 4 years plus 3 years prior to your MBBS in any of these institutes, any of these regions, then you will come under either AU local, SVU local or OU local. So what is prime? MBBS from these institutes is what is prime for local criteria. It does not matter which domicile you belong to as far as these three local categories are concerned. Who is non-local? We will come to who is non-local. Any state other than AP, if you have done your MBBS from any state other than AP or Telangana, but you come under one of these four criteria, then you are considered non-local. So if you are a resident of Telangana, but you did your MBBS from outside AP, outside Telangana, or you are an FMGE, then there is a possibility of coming under one of these conditions. Similarly, there are 4 other conditions. So wherever you have done your MBBS from, including FMGEs, if you have resided in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh for 10 years plus, excluding the period of employment, 10 years or more, then employment outside state, then you get a residence certificate from the authorities and you will be eligible as a non-local in Telangana. You might be a resident of Telangana for 10 years, but you did not do your MBBS from Telangana. So you are considered a non-local for Telangana. It does not matter even if you resided in Telangana, because you did not do your MBBS, you will not be considered as a local. And candidates whose parents have resided for 10 years. You haven't resided, but your parents have resided for 10 years in AP or Telangana, excluding the period of employment, you will be considered a non-local for Telangana. And candidates whose parents are spouses of employees of state government, PSUs, local bodies, universities, and any quasi-public institution, government institution or a quasi-government institution, then you are considered under non-local category in Telangana. In this case, candidate or parent or spouse should be employed in any of these institutions. Finally, if your spouse comes under any of these first four categories, if they are local, then automatically you become eligible as a non-local. Let us say you're married to a person who is an MBBS from Telangana, you can apply as a non-local in Telangana, but you will be a non-local in Telangana. So be very clear, if you have done your MBBS from Telangana, only then you have an option of being a local in Telangana. If you are a resident of Telangana who has done MBBS from another state, then you are considered a non-local in Telangana. In this case, AP also goes good as far as residence is concerned. As far as non-local criteria is concerned, if you have resided, your parents have resided, or your parents or spouse are employed, or your spouse is a non-local, in Andhra Pradesh too, you can claim non-local category in Telangana. So there is no difference between AP Telangana as far as the non-local category is concerned. As long as you are resided, you can claim non-local in even if in AP, you can claim non-local category in Telangana. Now this is the entire set of criteria. So first thing is you define your candidate category. Next, you define what seats you are eligible for. We have been defining OU local, EU local, SVU local, right, based on the region of these institutes. Which are these institutes? As far as MBBS goes, AU local institutes are listed over here. Andhra Pradesh till the Gayatri Vidya Parishad Institute mentioned over here. All these are in Andhra Pradesh. These are AU local institutes, and the seats that belong to these institutes are called AU local seats. Similarly, SV local institutes and SVU local seats. All institutes under Telangana come under the OU local area. Siddhartha Medical College has SVU, OU and AU local seats. This part is completely irrelevant for this session because we are only looking at Telangana institutes which are OU local, and all seats in Telangana institutes are split into local and unreserved. Local meaning OU local and unreserved. So what are the candidates eligible for? Any candidates who is OU local, basically MBBS from Telangana, is eligible for 85% seats in Telangana OU local institutes. 85% of these seats are available for this set of candidates who are MBBS from OU local. They are also eligible for the rest 15% seats which come under unreserved in those institutes. So these institute seats are split into 85% for local and 15% unreserved. Who is eligible for 85% local? Those candidates who are MBBS from Telangana. Who is eligible for 15% unreserved? First set is anybody who is MBBS from Telangana. Those candidates are eligible for 15% unreserved. MBBS from AU region who are AU local, they are also eligible for the 15% unreserved seats over here. Similarly, MBBS from SVU region, they are also eligible for 15% unreserved seats in all Telangana seats. But they are only eligible for the 15% unreserved seats. There are no other local seats for them. So this entire categorization is only towards eligibility for this 15% unreserved seats as far as MBBS from AU region, SVU region goes. Similarly, MBBS from Siddhartha, depending upon which local they are, they will be eligible as per this criteria. In case if somebody from Siddhartha comes under OU local, who has done MBBS from Siddhartha comes under OU local, then they will be eligible for 85% seats in Telangana. All of them are eligible for 15% unreserved seats. Now comes the next question. I am a Telangana resident, but I did not do my MBBS from Telangana. I come under non-local category. What will I be eligible for? You will be eligible only for the 15% unreserved seats. So let us say there are 100 seats under this entire set in Telangana, then you will be eligible only for 15 of those seats which come under unreserved category, for which every candidate is eligible for. So this is how it is split. If you still have any queries, you can come back to this video at any point in time. So fundamental thing is, if you are a local to the region that you belong to. For instance, if you have done your MBBS from Telangana, then you would be local to Telangana institutes, you will be eligible for 85% Telangana seats. If you have not done your MBBS, then you will be eligible only under the non-local category for that area. So a reservation in Telangana, we'll have a quick look at the reservation. This is the split of reservation: 29% under BC and 50% under open, and the rest 21% split between SC and ST as 15 and 6%. Reservation is available only for AP or Telangana domicile candidates. Even if you have done your MBBS from Telangana, you are OU local, but you will be coming under the general category if you belong to another state. If you are a domicile of another state, a certificate should be produced, and caste category, in case you are from Andhra Pradesh and you are claiming reservation under Telangana, it is mentioned that your caste should come under the Telangana caste list approved by Telangana. There might be a very, very minor difference. I think 1 or 2 castes alone, there is a difference. You can have a look at it in case your caste has a difference as far as this goes. But otherwise, your certificate, caste category certificate from Andhra Pradesh is also accepted in Telangana. In case you are Telangana OU local or unreserved, you can use your caste category certificate from Andhra Pradesh, from your local Tahsildar's office in Andhra Pradesh. That is fine. And 5% horizontal reservation is for therefore PWD candidates, and 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women candidates in Telangana. Seat categorization, we have already gone through this. There is one part of the prospectus which we are not very clear about. The MD radiation oncology or radiotherapy seats are defined as a statewide course, and there will be multiple local regions split across is what is defined. But here there is some confusion because all the seats coming under MD radiation therapy are also under OU local only, so we are not very clear about that part. In-service reservation or incentives, 20% of clinical seats and 30% of preclinical or paraclinical seats are reserved for in-service candidates. There is no incentives for in-service candidates. This is in both government and private under this counseling. Even the CAT A seats, there is a reservation from last year. And eligibility is 2 years in tribal areas, 6 years in other areas, and 3 years in rural areas. No incentive marks added. In-service candidates are eligible only for in-service seats and should have a leftover service of 8 years after the time of joining if it is PG degree, and 7 years if it is diplomas. Application notifications, it is a simple process. The last year's links are provided over here. This year it would be YSR University of Health Sciences, so the links would change. You can look at the links as of now, but the links would change this year. You register with your basic details. First, there is a simple registration process where you register with your name, date of birth, marks, email ID, and mobile number. After that, you pay the registration fee, and then you go back to, after you get the registration number, you go back to the uploads. What are the documents that are required to be uploaded? One is the passport size photograph in JPG format. There is a size limitation that is given, and image of your signature in JPG format, and documents to be uploaded as PDF. It is very clear, 2 are in JPG format, signature and the passport size photograph, and the documents are to be in PDF with the size constraint. After you upload it, save your application and before the last date of application. So that is the final thing that you need to do. The entire process is online. You have to upload your applications and fill in the forms online and submit it. Upload your documents, fill in the form, complete and submission of the forms online, and then there will be scrutiny by the Telangana authority, by KNR UHS, and then you will be able to get yourself listed as part of the merit list after scrutiny. So the merit list will be published after scrutinizing all the applications. Forms or documents, you do not need to send any forms or documents by post for Telangana. The certificates required: Telangana government quota, the NEET PG admit card is required, NEET PG scorecard is required, and date of birth proof, and all those listed over here are required. The ones in blue listed over here are to be uploaded during the application form filling. So if you look at the NEET, what is required for uploading: NEET PG scorecard, MBBS degree or provisional certificate, the study certificate, first MBBS to final MBBS. This is usually a certificate that is provided at the institutes mentioning that you studied from this year to this year. This is kind of a transcript in some institutes mentioning that you studied in first year in these subjects, etc. In some institutes, a bona fide is provided. Even a bona fide certificate mentioning that you studied during this period, that is enough to prove that you have studied in that institution. So if you're looking at an MBBS study certificate, even a bona fide can be uploaded. Telangana will accept that. And your permanent medical council registration, internship completion certificate, caste certificate is required in case you are applying for a category wise reservation. And if you are from Siddhartha Medical College and you are applying for local categorization, then you will need to produce your last 7 years, which is 6th to 12th education certificates. For claiming non-local status, this is another query. If you want the format for the non-local status, we can also share resident status. We will also be able to share that. It is actually available in the Tahsildar's office. You can go to the Tahsildar's office or in the Me Seva Center and you will be able to get that. In 10 years, residence proof is required for local status, and then you also have instead of that, a study certificate of 10 years is also fine. If you have studied in a local institution, a study certificate in Telangana or AP is also accepted for local categorization, but still check with check once if you can get a resident certificate, well and good. Minority certificate in case it is applicable. The photo ID proof and Aadhaar card is usually used. They do accept a PAN card, but it is always better to have an Aadhaar card uploaded. And PWD certificate is required. You have to appear before the medical board anyways for verification when they have notified. Before the counseling, they will notify verification of the PWD category through a separate notification, and there will be a separate board constituted. You will have to appear before the board. For in-service candidates, note that service certificate issued by the competent authority and approved by the right authority has to be uploaded. Nothing needs to be sent as far as Telangana is concerned, and an in-service declaration also has to be sent. In some states, this is a slightly different process. In Telangana, an upload is what is required, and a print. So these are the uploads that are required. As far as the originals go, you can see all the originals listed down over here. If you can come back to this at any point in time, if there is any change in the current process for this year, we will also update that in the info guides for ZyNerd subscribers in the portal. You have all these originals ready if you are looking at Telangana, along with the printout of the admit card and the scorecard. All the originals will need to be ready, and once your application form is done, the filled in online application form, a printout of that also needs to be available with you. Migration, they will give you some time usually, but it is always better to get a migration, because at that point in time, migration certificates will the candidates would institutes would start providing the migration certificates, and that is available. Telangana's round-wise joining rules, it is a little complicated because Telangana follows a slightly different rule from Andhra Pradesh in terms of one factor of round 1, and they have a heavy penalty for seat discontinuation after round 2. So from that perspective, be very clear about Telangana rules. We have done this based on all the notifications and also based on the data available. There are 1 or 2 areas where we have been a little surprised on whether this is a rule. We'll also let you know. It is always better to be safe than assuming that this is how it works, even though it is not notified anywhere. Don't assume that it will be the same like any state, because each state will follow a criteria. In some of the cases, they will not provide clarity till the last minute, and if you assume something, there is a possibility that it might go wrong. So always better to be on the safer side. Filling in right choices is what we always suggest. Round-wise rules of Telangana, this is based on 2022. One-time registration before round 1. Telangana is usually very clear about it. There is a one-time registration before round 1. Usually they don't open up registrations before round 2. We will come to round 2 of 2022, but usually they will not open up registrations before round 2. In Mop-up, they open up registrations. If you miss out in round 1 after being eligible, you may not be able to attend round 2 if they don't open up registration. So always better to keep your options open and register before round 1. Fresh choice filling obviously being round 1. Choices have to be filled in round 1 if you wish to participate in further rounds. If you don't fill any choice in round 1 at all, you are thinking that I'll get an All India round 1, I got a seat in All India round 1, I will go back to state round 2 if there is a need, etc. And you don't fill in choices in round 1, you will not be able to fill choices for round 2 in Telangana. So at least fill in one choice. Let us say you are ranked 5,000, you don't know what choice to fill. Fill in an MD radio choice, which is the first choice, which may be an unattainable choice. At least do that, so that you have your eligibility for Telangana round 2. After registration, if you don't fill in the choice, you will not be eligible for round 2. If you are allotted in round 1, and you don't join, or you are allotted in round 1 and you resign within the timeline. Basically, there will be a timeline given for resignation before, which is basically towards usually All India round 2 joining. So you are allotted in round 2, you don't join, you are not eligible for Telangana any phase further. If you are allotted in round 1 and you join and then resign, that is the end of Telangana government quota counseling for you. So as far as government quota counseling goes, round 1 allotted and you don't join, or allotted and you join and resign, that is the end of Telangana counseling. Be aware of this. So fill in your choices very clearly. Round 2, there is fresh choice filling in Telangana. Again, these are called web options filling in Telangana. The notifications will come in, as far as Telangana, Andhra Pradesh goes, the notifications come in on one day, let us say at the evening, and the next day morning that starts choice filling, and in further rounds like Mop-up round, etc., they would complete it within a day or maximum 4, 5, 6 hours time over the next morning. So be very clear about all these. During the time of second round Mop-up, etc., keep checking the website or ZyNerd on a daily basis for notifications. In round 2, there is fresh choice filling. Last year, Round 2 Telangana allowed fresh registration as well, because the cutoff was reduced before round 2 of state. So Telangana allowed fresh registration. Therefore, reduced cutoff based eligible candidates were eligible to apply, and the earlier eligible candidates, let's say that is somebody who scored who was a rank of who was 70-80 percentile, was eligible earlier before round 1 but missed applying in round 1, had a chance to apply in round 2 last year, because reduced cutoff was published before round 2 of this year, of last year, and there was a Telangana decided to give an option to register even before round 2. We don't know whether that will happen now, so don't take a chance. If you are eligible, register from round 1. Who was not eligible for round 2? All India round 2 joined candidates obviously are not eligible for state round 2. Telangana state round 1 joined and resigned candidates, or Telangana round 1 allotted and did not join after allotment, are not eligible. NTRUHS state round 2 joined candidates were not eligible. Telangana state round 2 for government quota happened after NTRUHS end date of joining. This is something that happened last year. We don't know the timelines this year. So somebody who joined an NTRUHS state round 2 obviously will not be eligible, because any state round 2 candidate is not supposed to be eligible for the further rounds, irrespective of whether it is state round 2, another state round 2, or another state mop-up or all India mop-up. Those who registered and did not fill choices in state round 1, they in Telangana state round 1 government quota, they were also not eligible. Round 2, seat allotted and joined, considered as a final seat. Yes, round 2 seat allotted and joined. If you join the round 2 allotted seat, that is the final seat. In case you are going to resign the seat, that is not possible, but if you pay a penalty, that is possible. Anyways, your eligibility for further rounds goes, because you will be state R2 joined status. No other state will allot you, all India will not allot you, and Telangana also doesn't allow you. So once you join the Telangana state round 2 seat, that will be the last seat for you. You can come out of the seat by paying a penalty of 50 lakhs, but this admission session you will not be able to take another seat. Round 2, fresh allotted and you did not join. You are allotted a new seat in round 2 and you did not join. Basically a new seat. First round you are not allotted a seat. Then you are out of the counseling process, and you are out of the Telangana counseling process, but you will not be part of the state R2 joint. That is a rule last year. Round 1, these two be very clear about. In case you are going to come back and look at the rules of Telangana, these two rules are very important. We went by the data, even though this is not very clearly prescribed in the notifications. The notifications have a slightly different variation. A candidate joins round 1. First scenario, a candidate joins round 1 seat. The candidate joins the round 1 seat and opts for upgradation and fills in better web options in round 2 of Telangana government quota. Does not get a better seat. What happens? The candidate will retain their round 1 seat of Telangana government quota. No such candidate was allotted any seat in any counseling across India. They were part of the state round 2 joint list. Everybody's joining status was joint, state round 2 joint, which means an R1 seat retained in R2 would possibly mean that is your final seat. Any resignation post that may result in a penalty of 50 lakhs. We are not confirming that because this is not written down in the prospectus, but by data, every candidate who held on to the round 1 seat in round 2 had that as their final seat. The seat was not vacant for the further rounds, and the candidate was also part of the state R2 joint list shared with All India. They were not allotted in All India Mop-up 2. Very clear. Second scenario is a round 1 join. You are allotted a round 1 seat. You join the seat in Telangana government quota. You opted for upgradation. You get a better seat, which is a round 2 new seat. Where are your documents now? Your documents are with the R1 institute. Wherever you have submitted your documents after R1 joining. From the R1 institute, your documents are transferred to the R2 institute. You go to the R2 institute, pay the difference in fee and join the institute. Will it be possible to take my documents back and get relieved out of the state round 2 seat? Everybody who was in this scenario, R1 allotted, upgraded to a better seat in R2, were part of the state round 2 joint list shared with All India. So if you are holding an R1 seat and entering R2, it means Telangana is sending the data as part of state round 2 joint to All India, irrespective of what happens later. So be very clear about that part. Second, this set of candidates who, all of the candidates who were upgraded in R2, we did not see any resignation. Everybody joined the seat. Is it out of will, or was it a necessity because 50 lakhs is the penalty, otherwise and the certificates are with the institute? We don't know. It is absolute. It is better to be safe, because when at that point in time, we distinctly remember when asked, when candidates called KNI or KNRUHS and called them up and asked whether they have the liberty to not join the round 2 allotted seat and go for All India Mop-up, they were told that they did not have that, and the data also mentions so. So it is always better, like we say, it is always better to fill in choices that you wish to join, and if you are going into round 2 of Telangana, assume that that might be the last option for you, and in case that is the only option that you're looking at, it is not a problem, but take your chances, decide accordingly on your round 1 Telangana seat. Mop-up round, there was no fresh registration. After this round 2, Telangana did not have any fresh registration. No candidate was able to apply again, and any candidate who was allotted in earlier rounds and did not join were not eligible. Whether they joined, did not join, even if they joined, they become part of state R2 join, so they are not eligible. Any candidate who is not AAR state R2 joined at the time of state mop-up of Telangana, if you have joined a state All India seat or a state seat, All India mop-up round 1, round 2, or a state mop-up round 1, round 2 seat earlier, then you are not eligible. All India mop-up allotted candidates were eligible. There were allotments where All India mop-up allotted candidates were eligible, but All India mop-up joined candidates were not eligible. That is how Telangana interprets this rule. Stray round, the rules were exactly the same as mop-up. Fresh web options were required. No fresh registration. Any joined candidate already was ineligible, and in stray round there was an additional rule which said that in case you don't join the seat in stray round, being the final phase of counseling, a 50 lakhs penalty and a debarment of 3 years is applicable. Note that in this case, in the entire thing, list of rules, your ineligibility is you are allotted in Telangana CQ round 1, CQ round 2, then you are not eligible for further rounds, correct? Mop-up round, whether you join or not. But this does not govern MQ. What happens in MQ? If you are allotted in Telangana MQ round 1 and you did not join, but you have not been allotted in Telangana CQ at all, you still will be eligible for mop-up. Allotment in Telangana CQ is what, in round 1 or round 2, is what makes you ineligible for Telangana further rounds. So that is the same. It is CQ allotment, but joining is any joining after round 2, you will not be eligible. So if you wish to, you can come back. There was a special stay round also in January, because as the timeline was extended by MOHFW based notification. So NMC came up with this notification for extending the stray round. So ultimately the stray round happened in Jan with the same process, no fresh registration. So like we always say, keep your options open. With fresh registration, it would be, you can go and check, there are good clinical seats in very good institutes that are available over here. Somebody who had registered, waited patiently, thinking that I will go for, I am very clear that I want clinicals, but I will keep my options open by registering, would have got very good seats here. So there might be 1 out of 10 chance, but keep your options open always. Also, one more thing that many candidates would ask over here: after getting a management quota, Telangana management quota, round 1 seat, after joining that, will I be able to move out to Telangana CQ round 2 seat? Yes, that is possible. You will be allowed to resign a Telangana management quota round 1 seat and join a CQ round 2 seat. What will not be possible is, after joining a Telangana CQ round 2 seat, you cannot go to a Telangana management quota round 2 seat. That is not possible. Fee for Telangana government quota, this is for the registration fee and the tuition fee. 5,500 for OC and BC candidates, rupees 5,000 for SC ST candidates. Verification of fee is rupees 5,000 if your MBBS is from if from India but outside AP or Telangana, you will have to pay an additional 5,000 rupees for verification of certificates. And if you are an FMG, an additional 7,000 rupees is to be paid. This amount is non-refundable. Government quota tuition fee is around 10,000. You will hear that many candidates mention that they have paid 20,000, etc. It is including the caution deposit and other fee. The fee comes to around 10,000, and in some colleges like Osmania, I think it's almost nil. You'll have to check on the college, but a max of 20,000 is what you can look for as far as tuition fee, including the other one-time caution deposit, library fee, etc. goes. NIMS Hyderabad has a fee of 6,000, 7,000 each, 8,000 for first year, second year, third year, and possibly a 3,000 annual fee. Other than that, there is a caution deposit. Also, this comes to less than 20,000 in the initial for the initial admission. Note that while you are downloading the allotment letter, whether it is government or private, a 29,600 rupees has to be paid after allotment for downloading the allotment letter. This is towards the university fee. You will not get this amount back. After downloading the allotment letter, if you don't join or if you move on to another counseling, you will not be getting this 29,600 back. For private institute fee, the fee is mentioned over here. You can see that clinicals, it is 7 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs. There is a court case and which is on in Telangana. 50% of the fee is currently to be paid for Cat A, Cat B. The Telangana High Court in a 2020 court case decided that the new fee structure is subject to High Court orders for further review, and therefore, even though this is the prescribed fee, 7 to 7.5 lakhs, 50% of this, basically something around 3.5 to 3.8 or 3.9 lakhs, is what needs to be paid currently by candidates who are taking up this seat, clinical seat. Now, what you will also do is sign a bond or an affidavit saying that I understand that the fee regulatory committee defined fee is subject to High Court orders. I will pay the remaining 50% fee based on whatever the final order is. If the final order comes to, let us say it is only 50% of the fee, you don't need to pay any amount extra. But if the final order comes to 7.75 lakhs, you will have to pay the entire additional amount of 3.5 to 3.85 lakhs. So that is how it works. As of now, 50% is paid. What happens to the case? We are not sure. The first batch is passing out only in 2023, so we'll have to wait for a confirmation on what happens to that batch. Also, this is the third year, so if there is a fee revision, we will also let you know on the fee revision and what happens post that. Debarment: if you resign and join seat after round 2, there is a debarment of 50 lakh, penalty of 50 lakhs and a debarment for 3 years. After second round, you will not be able to resign a Telangana government quota seat. So be very clear, and also be very clear on these two scenarios that we have discussed earlier, where it is almost considered like a round 2 joining. And service bond discontinuation: government quota, government colleges and NIMS have a 1-year service bond, and in case you discontinue, you will have to pay an amount of 20 lakhs plus the stipend. So okay, this is not applicable. It is 20 lakhs you'll have to pay for service discontinuation. Note that NIMS in their prospectus would have mentioned this as 50 lakhs based on a GO. There is a minor mistake. It should ideally be 20 lakhs. We will also confirm that. As far as other government seats go, they have clearly mentioned it as 20 lakhs. NIMS has quoted a GO which mentions 20 lakhs and have mentioned 50 lakhs, but I mentioned 50 lakhs. That should be a mistake. We'll also get back. They have confused the service bond and the course discontinuation penalty. Service bond and penalty for government quota seats, again repeating, 1 year 20 lakhs. 1 year is the service bond for non-service candidates and 20 lakhs for degree, and 1 year 10 lakhs for diploma. Service bond for in-service candidates, you have a 10 years to be served in government institutions as per the order of state, and course discontinuation penalty is 50 lakhs plus stipend paid in government institutes, and debarred for 3 years in government or DIMT, NIMS basically. In case you resign, in case you discontinue the course during any part after round 2 till the end of the third year, you will pay 50 lakhs. The stipend for government institutes is mentioned over here. We will check on any changes in stipend over, because it increases over year on year by a minor amount at least. We'll check that. NIMS Hyderabad has a higher stipend and being autonomous, and this is the amount as of last year. We'll also update that in ZyNerd for this year. So this is pretty much about Telangana government quota. We will look at the queries quickly, and then we will take up, we look at how to look at the information in ZyNerd. Telangana allotment lists are very complicated in the sense it takes us multiple days to get that into a format. Looking at that allotment just as a PDF, picking out data is very complicated for us. It takes a few days. If you're going to look at multiple round data in collation, it is very difficult, but ZyNerd makes it very simple for you because we have spent time on each for 1 or 2 days. We will be looking at that as well on how you can look at that information. As of now, we will be looking at the queries on Telangana state government quota. Okay, so we have the queries on Telangana state government quota. I've done MBBS from AP, so am I AU local in Telangana counseling? Yes, if you have done your MBBS from Andhra Pradesh and you belong to the AU region, your institute belongs to the AU region mentioned here. Yes, you are AU local. But what will you get a benefit? You won't get a benefit in Telangana because you are local, because AU local seats are not there in Telangana. So you will be anyways eligible for only 50% unreserved seats in all these institutes in Telangana. All the institutes in Telangana have a 15% unreserved. You will compete with all other candidates for the 15% unreserved seats. Where will you get a benefit? You will get a benefit in Andhra Pradesh only, where you will be AU local. And in these institutes, when you are applying, you will be eligible for the 85% in Andhra Pradesh government quota. And I've done MBBS. You will be eligible for the 15% seats. Yes. I am local to Telangana. Can I still apply? Yeah. So all India quota is completely domicile free. What we are looking at is Telangana state government quota counseling. All India quota is domicile free. The reservation pattern is different. It is not similar to Telangana as far as general category, OBC, SC, ST, EWS reservation goes. And you will be eligible for Telangana government colleges through all India quota. You will be eligible for every state government colleges through all India quota. There is no limitation in that. In addition, if you belong to Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, or if you have done your MBBS from Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, this is an additional set of seats that you can avail from Telangana government quota. And that is pretty much that we have. We'll also quickly, one thing that I missed mentioning is that Telangana prospectus has a clause saying that EWS category will be implemented if there are additional seats provided towards EWS implementation. Till last year, they've had this clauses, but no additional seat has been provided towards the EWS implementation. Increase is different from the center providing additional seats, MOHFW providing additional seats towards EWS implementation. So we'll have to wait and see if there has been any such seat added. Till now, EWS is not available. We will be looking at, we will now look at the portal. Hope the portal is visible. So we'll be looking at how to look at closing ranks of Telangana through the portal. If you go to closing ranks, all the closing ranks or allotments are listed down under different tabs, which are state-wise tabs. Now, why is it so? Because each one is a separate counseling. Each counseling is a separate counseling. For you to be very clear, each one is a separate process. You will have to fill in choices. You will have to understand the quota categories under these processes. We see some of the portals trying to combine everything into one and saying that OBC is, we have combined all backward classes into one. In Telangana, you belong to BCD, BCA, BCB, BCC or BCE. So in this categorization, you need to understand that this is a categorization. I am eligible for this particular quota, non-service, local or something. So combining is not the right way to go about it. We have listed everything separately because when you apply, you will apply separately in each of the counselings. Under Telangana, you look at Telangana government quota, you will get the entire seat level information on allotments and closing ranks for Telangana government quota. For current reference, I am picking up 2022, where we have got 3 rounds. The stray and the other rounds will be adding in a few days. There are many minimal seats, but we'll be adding in a few days. You have the round 1, round 2, round 3 mop-up allotments over here. First thing is to move on to all India rank as of now, because you only have the all India rank. The state merit rank will come in after applications only. Change to all India rank and select the quota. So here, if you are a Telangana local candidate, select non-service local, which you will be eligible for. Everybody is eligible for non-service unreserved. So if you are a non-service candidate and you belong to Telangana, then you select both the quotas, non-service local and non-service unreserved. This will also be reflecting here for the seats, whether it is non-service local or non-service unreserved will be reflecting over here. So this you'll know which quota the seat belongs to. Second, you select your category. Let us say you belong to open category, select open general, and if you are a female candidate, then you select open female. So let us, I am picking up an option of open general where there is an open candidate. In case you are a BCA candidate, select BCA general as well, because you are eligible for BCA general and open general seats as well. Everybody is eligible for open general seats. Let us say you are a women candidate who belongs to BCA general. What will you select? You will select open female, because anyways everybody is eligible for open, and open female is for everyone who is a woman candidate, and you will also select BCA female over here, because you are eligible for BCA category, and under that female is only for women candidates who are BCA. So this is how you select. For reference, I am selecting open general now, considering a male candidate who is an open candidate, and you select a course of your choice. What is my, let us say my course of choice is general medicine. I will be able to pick up every seat that was allotted along this rank range between different institutes. So between different rounds of 2022. I can also deselect and to look at 2021 as well. I'm looking at 2022, and I will know that till All India rank 14,967 there were seats available. In Mop-up especially, there was this seat which was possibly a lucky seat which was available for a non-service local candidate. I will be able to filter that out. Let us say I don't belong to local category. I just filter this, remove this filter, and if I belong to AU local, SVU local, I belong to non-local, I did not do my MBBS from Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, then I just select unreserved, and you will be able to see the unreserved seats, which is only 15%. Therefore, you see only these set of seats and where they closed, and you will see that in a private institute, basically this closed at 4986. I am not interested in private institutes, just select government institutes here. You will be able to get a reference point for government institutes. I am selecting another course. I don't want general medicine. I am moving on to general surgery. Just change it to general surgery. You will be able to get the closing ranks. What does it say? Round 1 general surgery in Osmania Medical College for open general unreserved seat closed at 2,667, and in round 2 it closed at 5,721. Round 3 still there was no upgradation, the same candidate held on to the seat in round 3 as well. So this is what you will get out of ZyNerd. Here it is very clear, because all you need to understand is the quotas. It is very clear. If you are local, you select a local thing, a local quota option. If you are unreserved and an unreserved option, because you are eligible for both. If you are unreserved, just select the unreserved option. If you are a service candidate, do similarly for service seats. Now, and then further to that, you also select whatever course you wish to look at, and the categories that you are eligible for. If you are a BCD candidate, straight away put in BCD. If you are a BCD female candidate, select BCD, and then also open with everybody is eligible for. You get every information or every allotment instantly without having to go through that complicated PDFs, which we find it difficult to crack every year with limited information, but we have done it. There's a lot of effort on Telangana for getting this done in a proper structured format. So this will help you in getting information. You can also filter out on state, private institutes, etc. if you're looking at private, and look at the closing ranks. Once the counseling rank, the merit rank is out, you can change it to merit rank, and you will be able to see the state merit rank, which is a better reference. But as of now, you only have the counseling rank available. We will be updating this for 2023. The fee stipend bond as of now is not available here because of one reason. For Tamil Nadu and Telangana, there are issues with the fee stipend because it is 50%, etc. We want candidates to call us. We have already mentioned the fee stipend very clearly for every institute. We have the data, it is pretty clear. But only thing is, we want candidates to call us to check on the fee stipend, etc. Especially with Telangana, fee has an issue because 50% is paid, and at a later point in time, anything within that 50% may need to be paid. Second, stipend is not provided in almost all institutes. There are almost all institutes it's zero stipend. Either stipend is provided in private institutes and given back. So for private institutes, you won't find a stipend here. We will be updating that, but you won't find a stipend here as far as private institutes are concerned. So that is pretty much. And you also note that 1 year bond is applicable for government and even in the other institutes. Okay. So that is pretty much as far as Telangana is concerned. I'm not sure if there are any other queries. If there are any other diploma seats are only for in-service candidates. It is not so. It should not be so, because diploma seats have a 50% reservation for in-service candidates, but we will also check that. So you can see over here, just go into the data and you will be able to see non-service local candidates have been allotted these diploma seats. If you remove, you will see all the diploma seats that have been allotted to non-service local candidates. We have only selected non-service local, so all of them have been allotted diploma. 50% might be under the service local category, so that is which I think is not happening now. It is a 10, 20, 30%, right? So they are available for non-service candidates. That is a, as the newspaper stated, will we only have all India counseling, no state counseling. A long way ahead for that. Huge chaos will occur if that is the case, if they do it within 2-3 months. It will definitely take them at least 5-6 months to get everything sorted out. Pondicherry has already started their registrations. There have been no meetings beyond that on how to go ahead with that, and with institutes representing, with states representing. For instance, Tamil Nadu and Kerala have taken this up on how the center can actually is trying to get into the state's autonomy, etc. So even though it might be a good process, benefits candidates, the chaos that occurs if they are doing it in 1-2 months will be huge. We don't think it might be possible for them to achieve this year, even though the initiative might be a good initiative and might end up helping merit. This might be a little delayed, and even if they take up and try to implement, legal challenges from states may come up. Possibilities for this year may be minimal. Irrespective of whatever happens, what we suggest is go with the last year's counseling, because once you understand everything as far as last year's counseling goes, still if common counseling comes up, let us say after 3-4 months, and they decide to do common counseling, it will be a very simple process. It will not be complicated for the candidate. It will be complicated for the authority to achieve that. So don't need to worry about that. You go ahead with the current process where it is state counselings and all India counselings. Be ready for that part. It is highly likely that it will be that way. In case common counseling occurs, we will help you out to the greatest extent, understanding everything and detailing out the process. So that is pretty much from our end. Thank you so much. In case you have any queries on using ZyNerd, etc., just let us know. We will be running our next session in another 15 minutes. We'll be starting at 6:45 on Telangana Management Quota. Thanks a lot for watching.